Have you ever wondered why some districts thrive despite nationwide shortages of educators, while others struggle with constant turnover? Well, in my conversations with school leaders across the country, I've discovered that the difference isn't luck or location. It's intentional leadership that prioritizes meaningful staff development and strategic retention efforts. So let's explore the missteps to avoid and the strategies that create sustainable success. Let's start with where we go wrong. You see, many districts approach staff development and retention with fundamental misconceptions. They treat hiring reactively, scrambling to fill positions when vacancies occur, rather than building ongoing talent pipelines. They implement one-size-fits-all professional development that fails to differentiate between novice and veteran educators. Perhaps most damaging, they view leadership development as exclusive to those in informal positions rather than as a system-wide opportunity. As one principal I once coached told me, we spent years treating teacher support like a checklist item rather than our core mission. Our retention rates reflected that approach. So how do we shift that approach? Well, it starts with the mindset shift. You see, successful districts operate with a fundamentally different perspective. They understand that first, people development is your primary work, not a distraction from it. When you invest in educator growth, you directly invest in student outcomes. Next, quality trumps quantity. One thriving teacher has a more positive impact on students than several disengaged ones. Followed by, retention begins during recruitment. The messages you send during hiring shape how educators experience your culture from day one. And last but not least, everyone, yes, everyone has leadership potential worth developing. As Michael Fullen notes, the quality of an education system cannot exceed the quality of its teachers or the leadership capacity you cultivate throughout your system. So, how do we achieve this? Well, let's talk about some methods that make a difference. The most effective approach to staff development and retention integrate these key elements. Differentiated support systems is the first key element. Recognize that new teachers need structured guidance, while veteran educators require intellectual challenge and renewal. Your coaching and mentoring structures should reflect these differences. Job-embedded learning is our next key. So provide beyond isolated workshops. So what I want you to do, instead of doing isolated workshops, is to provide ongoing classroom-connected professional development that has an immediate impact on practice. The next key is distributed leadership opportunities. Create pathways for teachers to lead from their current positions. This builds capacity while satisfying the professional growth needs that keep talented educators engaged. Voice and agency is another key strategy. So include educators in meaningful decision-making. When teachers help shape the systems they work within, both ownership and morale increase dramatically. The next key is sustainable workloads. Audit existing commitments and eliminate non-essential tasks to optimize workload efficiency and effectiveness. Each new initiative should replace something rather than simply adding to already full plates. So now that we've looked at some key steps, let's talk about your next steps. Because as an educational leader, you have tremendous influence over your district's culture. So today, I want to challenge you to first and foremost conduct a retention root cause analysis. Interview both staying and departing staff to identify what's working and what needs improvement. Next, map your educator development pathways. Ask yourself, are there clear growth opportunities for every career stage? Where are the gaps? Last but not least, identify one immediate structural change that would demonstrate your commitment to staff well-being and development. Remember, as leadership expert Simon Sinek said, customers will never love a company until the employees love it first. The same principle applies to your schools. Students and communities will never fully embrace your educational vision until your staff feels genuinely valued, supported, and empowered to grow. The keys to staff development and retention are building a culture of excellence. So, what will you do differently tomorrow to strengthen your educational team?